Hey guys, today is a fashion video, so I'm kind of excited for this. I don't know why. I'm excited for like every video, but hey, can't blame me. Yeah, today's video is going to be on fashion, like I said, and today I'm going to be showing you different like materials and stuff that I use. So when I say materials, I mean like markers and like pencils and crayons. Like I don't use crayons, but like charcoal, stuff like that, for my designs and illustrations. I will get around to showing you my designs and illustrations, but I'm not going to be doing that today, unfortunately, because I just don't have the time, and plus I need to plan which ones I'm going to show you and which ones I'm not, because I'm not going to show everyone everything, because I don't want everyone copying all my ideas. So, I'm going to carry on now. Before I go into my video, I'd just like to say hi awkwardly to my friend who asked me to send her the link to the video. That's kind of like, oh, this is awkward. But yeah, she's probably thinking, oh my god, you're really weird. Why are you uploading videos to YouTube? It's just weird. But yeah, you're as weird as me. Seriously. Yeah, she'll know who she is when she sees this. Right. So anyway, carrying on. I find it awkward now. But yeah. Anyway, materials I use. Basically, I use a lot of different materials. So like, I use different pencils and different pens and everything really. I use a combination of things, and actually everything is here that I use. I don't use everything I'm about to show you, but sometimes I do, depending on what kind of thing I'm doing. Illustrations, I haven't really got around to do many of them, but I do different, like I use different materials for that anyway. It's kind of different. What the hell have I just done? Oh shit. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm just kind of like bashing my clarinet everywhere. Right. So first thing I use is my markers. These are Pro markers, and if you haven't heard of them, they're by a company called Letraset, which is UK based. And okay, you guys might know Copics. They're not as good as Copics, but unfortunately Copics are a little bit out of my price range, so I tend to stick to Pro markers. But I've now come across some better, like not better, I don't know about the quality, they're called Spectrum Noir, and basically they're better for blending, so I may have a look at some of them. They're also cheaper, so maybe discovering a few of them might be better for different colours, because they are very, very blendable. In this case, it's kind of like you have to do your different tones, like different shadings and stuff in your pencils, so it kind of looks very pencil based. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing, especially since I can't afford to buy all of the markers yet, because I have to buy them all out of my own money, so it's like, well, I can't get all of them. It's not really fair. The second things I use are my pencils. Right, I want to get some new pencils. I want to get the Faber-Castell Polychromos. If you haven't heard of them, surely you've heard of Faber-Castell, because they're quite famous. They're very famous, and they're very, very good. I have a lot of Faber-Castell stuff, but I don't have any Polychromos. I have Derwent Academy colour pencils, which, okay, they're very, very basic pencils. This is just because they're cheaper. My Polychromos that I want to get are about £40, so that's quite a lot of money to be spending. Yeah, so I think this is like a 24 set, I'm not quite sure. However many there are here, there's quite a few. Yeah, there's a few different colours, and obviously they don't all go into the colours that I use. So hopefully when I get my Polychromos, maybe they will be better suited, and maybe they have some better tones as well, and I can start doing a few more pencil drawings, because I don't do many pencil drawings, and it'd be great to do some. Right, so the next item is my felt tip pens. To be honest, I don't really like felt tip pens a lot, but the minute, while I haven't got a black Pro marker, I've been using my black felt tip pen. I guess I sometimes use these for illustrations. It depends what I'm doing. They're okay, but I've moved away from felt tip pens after discovering markers, my markers, because they're just so much more practical, the markers, and they're so blendable. Obviously not as blendable as Copics, but they're just a lot better. And then next, I have like a bunch of pencils and stuff on here. So obviously, your main your main kind of resources are like fine liners and like, yeah, I have a lot of fine liners. I have 7 here, I think. Oh, 9. I have 9. So yeah, I use them quite a bit in my illustrations, not so much in my designs. I've like kind of moved away from it in my designs, but in my fashion illustrations I definitely still use my fine liners. Then here is my mechanical pencil. I don't really use this too much, but sometimes I use this because it's quite a nice HB nib. It is a 0.5 HB, and obviously because it's a mechanical pencil I have the refills here. Yeah, and then I don't really use much else. Oh, I use my rubbers, but that's not really a material because I don't really put that on the page very much anyway. Next, I have flex markers. I use these a lot because I have all my skin tones in flex markers, and surprisingly, these are the most blendable tones in here. Actually, the vibrant colours ones aren't so blendable because, again, they're all just random colours, but the skin tones are very, very blendable because they're very close to make a skin tone, which is why they're called skin tones. But I have both 1 and 2 sets for skin tones. Again, these are all by Letraset. I have metallics and aquas, but I don't really use them on my designs and illustrations. And then next, last but not least, you're going to need a sketchbook or paper. I advise using bleed-proof paper, but for me, I have to order it because even though you can get it in Hobbycraft near me, it's very expensive, and I don't really want to spend like loads of money on bleed-proof paper when I can just use a random sketchbook. As long as you know where your guidelines are and you remember to put paper under the page. This is actually the wrong sketchbook. As long as you remember to put paper underneath the page, you should be okay. And I basically sort of start colouring just a little bit before the edge, and that kind of makes sure that it doesn't go outside the edge of the lines, which is quite good how I've got used to that, because before I just had ink all over the pages. Like, well, how do we erase that? Actually, you can use the colourless blender to erase a lot of things, but it doesn't work too well, especially when it's on the page. It usually works on stuff like phones and what else does it work on? Oh, my desk. I got the Shocking Pink flex marker on my desk because that leaks. All my flex markers leak, and every single flex marker out there leaks. It's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, I got it on my desk, so I kind of just got my blender out and kind of just like squibbed it off the desk. It's kind of cool. It's good for everything except blending. It's a bit bad. But yeah, anyway, so a scrapbook. You're gonna need a scrapbook. And then that's really it. I don't really use a lot more. Obviously, I have pencils here. Forgot to mention pencils. I do have pencils. I usually use a HB pencil because they're the finest without being too fine. That they kind of like make a dent in the page, but they're the finest, and they look nice when you can rub them out and stuff. Especially like for me, I don't really rub mine out. In fact, I don't think my sketchbook's here. Here it is. Like, I'll show you one, and here you can see that I don't use fine liners. I use my pencils to fine line everything. So yeah, it's nice to be able to leave the colour underneath, well, not the colour, the actual pencil underneath, and then that kind of gives it an edge of a fine line as well, and without it being too bold. So yeah, that kind of looks kind of nice. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If it wasn't, then I'm very sorry, but yeah, hopefully it is helpful. And yeah, I should see you in the next video. I'm hoping the next video is gonna be a bit better than this one. This is kind of just like a quick decision, and my tablet keeps moving. It's kind of awful. But yeah, so hopefully my video will be better than this one, and maybe next time I will get to show you some of my designs and illustrations that I've done. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't, then please don't click dislike, because that's just not very nice. And then yeah, so if you like it, please click like, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye!